Ahora viene un buen amigo de nosotros, David Zielasko. David trabaja en una empresa de publicidad que es muy grande, la compañía se llama Cranes, que tiene diferentes revistas y ferias en el mundo entero, una compañía muy poderosa. David trabaja en Tyre Business, que es una revista muy popular en los Estados Unidos, que se dedica exclusivamente al negocio de las llantas. Y es una cosa fantástica, porque nosotros tenemos nuestra industria y ellos tienen periódicos y hay otras más. Aquí hay otro señor de Modern Tire Dealer, que son empresas que se dedican a la publicidad de noticias, de información, de eventos del negocio de las llantas. Yo hace 10 años que le estoy pidiendo a David que por favor publiquen en español y en portugués para que la revista llegue a toda América Latina y Suramérica. Y ojalá que ahora nos tenga buenas noticias sobre eso. Un buen amigo, David Zielasko.
Well, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I am the last speaker, and right after me, the iPad selection. So I'll try to go fairly quickly. Oh, little change of plans. Okay. Thank you for inviting me to be here and to experience firsthand the Latin American Caribbean Tyre Expo. This is the first time I've attended the Expo and the first time I've been to this beautiful country of Panama. So this is a fantastic event, guys, which has grown in size and stature in a few short years. And it's really exciting for me to be here and to meet so many new people in the tire industry from Central and South America. Now, Gus asked me, Lima asked me to talk to you today about the company I work for, Crane Communications, Inc., which is one of the largest privately held media companies in the United States with more than 30 business, trade, and consumer brands. Among them is Tyre Business, the newspaper I publish and edit for Crane. Now, Gus also asked me to tell you about a conference and trade show we produce called the International Tyre Exhibition and Conference, or ITEC for short. Before discussing ITEC, I want to share with you my thoughts on what is happening in the world of media and relate it to what we are doing in Tyre Business and another publication of which I'm the publisher of, Rubber and Plastics News. First off, let me ask a couple of questions. How many of you in the room have ever heard of Tyre Business? Wow, very good. How many of you are subscribers? Excellent. Do you receive the publication in print? How about online? How many of you ever watched one of the Tyre Business videos? Excellent. Now I ask all of these questions because what is happening in the media today is that readers are demanding to receive their news and information in all sorts of ways. Now when I started at Tyre Business 29 years ago, believe it or not, we wrote our stories on typewriters. And I bet some people in this room don't even know what a typewriter is. In fact, the typewriters we used were not even electric. They were manual. We would type out the stories on paper, keeping the columns at 30 inches wide or so, which was the size of a column in the newspaper. The stories and the headlines, we would then drive them by car to a typesetter, who would retype the stories on film that could be pasted onto boards containing the design of each page of the newspaper. We then edit the copy and ensure that each story fit on the pages as designed, and then we would drive the pages back and forth to the typesetter, sometimes 3, 4, 5 times before we would okay them. Then when all of the pages of an issue were approved, we would take the pictures of each page, we'd take a picture of each page, make a negative of them, and then drive the box of negatives to a printer, which would use them to print the publication. Then it would be mailed to 30,000 readers, to our 33,000 readers. We'd repeat the process every 2 weeks, and if a major story broke between the period between the two issues, we had no recourse other than to wait until the next issue to publish the story. It kind of seems archaic now, considering how much things have changed. Fast forward to today, and we communicate with our readers almost instantaneously in whatever fashion they prefer. A key word here is prefer, because today's readers like to get their news in a myriad of ways. The majority of readers still prefer the print version, but now they can also do that online with the digital edition, which you can see right there on the right of Tyre Business. It's a pretty cool way of reading the issue, and you can easily call it up on your tablet or portable PC. And as you can see, it looks the same as the paper version, only it's online. But a lot of our readers are on the go and may not have a print copy with them or a tablet to view the digital edition. But we have a solution for that. It's called Tyre Business Newsmail. Every day, the 7 editors and reporters at Tyre Business write up the latest news impacting tire dealers and the tire industry. We typically post between 12 and 17 stories in each newsmail, which is offered free to our subscribers. Newsmail is emailed each weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but if a major story breaks, such as the recent announcement of India's Apollo Tires acquiring Cooper Tire and Rubber Company, well, we will then send out a special email, an extra one, with this breaking news straight to your smartphone or computer. Tyre Business also produces another online newsletter called Service Zone that's targeted at tire dealers who also offer automotive service. And for readers who prefer to watch the news, which we have a few here, we offer a weekly online video program called Newspoint that provides exclusive stories and events and happenings in the industry. We're so committed to this that we actually built a studio in our Akron office to produce the program. In fact, I'm going to be shooting some video here at the expo, so maybe you'll be online. And for those seeking even more in-depth information, we offer webinars such as the 3 we have produced this year on social media. Webinars are basically a PowerPoint presentation like I'm doing, but it's done online, and it includes the opportunity to ask questions. Finally, we wrap up the news with an email highlighting the most popular stories read on our website during the previous week. Now, with all of our print and online products, one thing remains consistent. All of our reporting is editorially driven, meaning we write the stories that we believe our readers want and need to have without advertiser influence. While that sometimes can create conflicts with an advertiser, our editorial approach that the reader comes first is why I believe our publication and online products are so well respected. Now this brings me to the ITEC show. ITEC, as I mentioned, stands for International Tire Exhibition and Conference, and the show has been around and held every year since 1994. Now let me ask you another question. How many of you have perhaps attended the 2010 or 2012 ITEC shows? A couple of people. Great. But after 2 successful shows in Cleveland, we listened to our attendees and exhibitors and decided to take the tire dealer portion of the show on the road and return the tire manufacturing portion to Akron. Our attendees told us that they preferred we moved the tire dealer and automotive side of ITEC around the country. That's why we decided again to shake things up, and in doing so we are returning the tire manufacturing portion of ITEC to Akron, Ohio in the John S. Knight Center, and the dates are September 9th through 11th, 2014. And we are taking the tire dealer and automotive service audience to Orlando, Florida, and the beautiful Caribe Royale All-Suite Resort and Convention Center. Now, conferences and trade shows are a natural outgrowth of today's media companies and another way of reaching readers and providing them with information. And one of the hallmarks of all of the ITEC shows is the strong educational and seminar programming. The show in Florida will focus on the needs of tire dealers. With the rapid way the tire business is changing, and the pressures particularly on smaller dealers, tire dealers of all sizes can benefit greatly from educational opportunities that can help them stay competitive. As I mentioned, we view ITEC as just another way of communicating with our readers. We also will have several panel presentations featuring well-known and respected industry professionals covering different topics of interest to dealers. At the last ITEC, one of the most well-attended panels was the President's Panel that featured 4 industry presidents from Bridgestone, Pirelli, Hankook, and Cooper. These leaders spoke and answered questions in front of a standing room audience of more than 850 attendees. And with the conference and trade show now under the same roof as the hotel as it will be in Florida, networking opportunities will be greatly enhanced. There are concerns over environmental regulations, dealing with personnel effectively, building strong teams, purchasing equipment, and buying the right software. Dealers also are having to learn how to use the internet to their advantage and to market and connect with customers online. So the more opportunities you as dealers have to learn, the better. Well, I look forward to meeting many of you over the next few days, and thank you again for the warm welcome you have given me here at the Latin American and Caribbean Tyre Expo. Thank you.